Dropping the timing. Peter Aldous.
Thank you very much, Mr. Charles. It's a pleasure to serve with you and the Chair, and I congratulate my honourable friend, the member for Totnes, for securing this debate. At the outset, I should declare an interest in that I chair REEF, that's the Renaissance of East Anglian Fisheries, which was registered last week as a community interest company. A key objective for REEF is a healthy and vibrant inshore fishing fleet, which will not only promote sustainable and responsible stewardship of our fisheries, but will also bring significant economic benefits to coastal communities all around the UK. Sir Charles, I'm afraid that we've been having debates focusing on the inshore fleet for a very long time, yet things never appear to get better. Brexit, so far, has been a missed opportunity, with the failure to secure an exclusive 12 nautical mile zone to protect the inshore fleet, the saga of paperfish, and the failure to enforce the catch limits for non-quota species for EU vessels. At present, the inshore fleet is facing a variety of challenges, and there is a serious risk that that it won't be around to take up the opportunities that local fisheries management plans can provide. So, Charles, I shall briefly outline some of these challenges. The regulatory burden is bearing down very heavily on inshore fishermen. It is significant, growing and disproportionate, taking into account the amount of time that it takes up, the way that it is applied compared with the regulations for both larger and foreign vessels, and I would suggest when compared to other sectors such as farming and retailing. Safety and accurate records are incredibly important, but the introduction of the Catch app and IVMS systems and overzealous inspections create an administrative burden and added costs that place businesses at risk and also take up an enormous amount of time that adds to fatigue and exhaustion, making a long day even longer and fishing an even more precarious and risky occupation. Is it really necessary for inshore fishermen to have to account to the local IFCA, the MMO, DEFRA, local authorities, the MCA, and in some places, Natural England? One of the REEF recommendations is for the regulatory system to be joined up and not fragmented. Given the government's planned reduction in the civil service, now would appear an appropriate time for DEFRA to review the current regulatory framework. Yeah. Sir Charles, as has been mentioned, spiralling fuel costs are crippling the inshore fleet, taking to sea financially non-viable, which means no income for many households. I would urge the Minister to look into ways to addressing this, perhaps through repurposing the UK's Seafood Fund, as my honourable friend has mentioned, along with his and other colleagues' proposals. Finally, Sir Charles, off the East Anglian coast, there is a concern that the laying of cables to the wind farms is creating electromagnetic fields that are having a significant negative impact on traditional inshore grounds. Research has recently been commissioned, but more work is required, perhaps involving Lowestoft-based CFAS, to ascertain the full extent of the problem and to come up with solutions. This is encapsulated in the final REEF recommendation to make use of data to manage potential conflicts between fishing and other marine activities. So, Charles, as I've said, we've been here many times before, and there is a worry that a vicious spiral of decline could be self-perpetuating. And yet, this is an industry that has so much to offer in terms of responsible stewardship of our waters, reviving coastal economies, and providing healthy and nourishing food for the nation. I look forward to the Minister's reply, and hopefully she will provide a route map for the inshore fleet out of the current malaise to a vibrant and sustainable future. Thank you.
Derek Thomas.
Thank you, Mr.